Hello. Welcome to the Success Through Strategy podcast. And we would like to thank you for listening today. And we appreciate you. Today we're going to talk about the possibility of winning with a basic formula through successful strategies. It's a really great topic. It's something that needs to be done every day, and it's something that needs to be talked about quite frequently. We all are on a positive mission in life, so we want to stay positive and do the best that we can do. I am your host, David, for the Success Through Strategy. Right now, we're going to take some acknowledgments, and we'll lead off with our Up Through the Ashes. Thank you.
Here at David at LifeCoach.com, we pride ourselves on creating a 360-degree coaching program that covers motivation, discipline, and support through custom tools to help you improve your quality of life. The key to having success with your goals is to understand that life is a journey with many lessons to learn. We strive to help you become the person that understands themselves and to make the adjustments for a fulfilling lifestyle.
Success and strategy go together to create winners. The only way to increase your upward mobility is to stay focused, be positive, and continue to move forward. Stay on your square every day. SuccessStrategy.live is the lifestyle application that will propel you to greatness.
We'd like to thank you for listening once again. And now we're back. Let's everybody give a big hand for listening today. Yes, I'm back. Let's get on with it. Today, we just want to talk about these topics of being successful and the strategies that you need to do. Now, these can work for you. They cannot work for you. So what we're saying is this seems to be the general consensus out here as far as having some kind of formula / strategy out here in the world that you do every day. Especially when you want to become upwardly mobile and you also want to become upwardly bound. So it's very important that you pick up some kind of routine or some kind of strategy, some kind of formula. So we're going to talk about this basic formula today on our Success Through Strategy podcast. Usually in 24 hours in that normal standard day, you can get a lot of situations and instances accomplished. The issue is always, how are you going to structure those issues to accomplish? And they're only issues if you don't work on them. That's why you hear us say a whip, like a work in progress, things like that. So this is what this is a whip, but it's also a strategy. So what we say is you get up in the morning, okay? And this is for a typical day for anyone out there, anywhere in Success Strategyville. Doesn't matter what country, race, color, religion, whatever. And this is what it's for. So say you get up in the morning, say you do some type of meditation or some type of self-reflection, whatever you would like to call it, where you go through and you wake your body up. Then you also add exercise or exercises with an S to it to reinforce your thought process so that now you're really focused on yourself. Okay, now you can use it through your faith. You can use it just for your self-improvement. However you want to call it, describe it, is your thing. All right, so you do your exercises and you get done with your exercises. Then you go take a bath or shower, clean yourself up some kind of way. Okay. Then you go and maybe you have breakfast, or maybe you have to get kids or significant others up, or whatever the case may be that detracts from you. Okay, the reason why it detracts from you is it's easy to get your mind out of the cleared mindset that you've just created from having your thoughts and your workout fused together so that you can make a specialized play for yourself on this particular day. So as you work, as you get all those things together within the house, then you either go to work or you go to the other room, or maybe your computer is right next to you. You work online or you work at a regular office. So if you work at a regular office, you still have travel time, and that's that. So as you're driving with that travel time, do you listen to music? You listen to a morning show? You listen to things that make you happy? Whatever floats your boat. Personally, I would prefer for you to listen to Success Through Strategy so it can start getting you through specific episodes that you may like that may help you to get through the day. So before you get there. So, and if you're working from home or if you're working online, then you just, walk over to your electronic device and you get it on, turn it on, get ready. So it's important that you have the first part of the morning taken care of. And see, the first part is if you're going to eat, drink a smoothie, chew on a vegetable, everything that's positive for you and your body. That's a very important part. Drink water or drink fluids, take vitamins, whatever it is that you do. You have to do it in this time frame. Okay, so now you start working and you've got your situation set up. But the whole key to this first part of the day is on the previous day's events, whether it was Sunday, Monday, or any day during the week, that previous night, you got yourself prepared for the next morning. So I don't know what that is. It might be, picking your clothes out. It might be going to bed earlier. It might be writing some things down or using your electronic devices to put notes in there. It can be anything to get you ready for the next day. So when you get up, you already know what it is and what it isn't. And this is very important. This is very important because then your day will go smoother, quite possibly. Not always, but quite possibly go smoother. So I want everybody to understand that whatever works for you is what you need to do. And this is not a cure-all, be-all. This is simply a scenario that may work for the majority of people, hopefully. So hopefully I'm not assuming incorrectly. So don't hold me to it. So anyways, to make a long story short, let's just keep going. One of the situations when you got your morning together is no matter if it's a Monday or if it's a day where there's a lot of stress, a lot of stressful situations that a lot of times you may not have any control over. It's very important that you come to the work site or you're online in a non-stressful manner. So no matter what's going on, you're still calm, cool, and collected while you're online or while you're at work so that you don't get drawn in to the stress. And a lot of times the stress is a mess because something didn't get done the previous day or it's something that's a due date and people are stressing. And so they're passing their stress around the office as if it's like a common cold. So it's important that you stay even. And the reason why you want to stay even in your personality is that you are able to process the information without having a static imprint on yourself. Or better yet, you're not mad. That's what we're saying. So got two ways you can look at it. Okay. So anyways, let's keep going. So one of the situations is that if you're staying calm, cool, and relaxed no matter what's going on around you, then you're able to think through the process and maybe come up with a solution. Now, if you're working for someone and they don't like solutions, it's their way or the highway, then you know what it is. So you just let it roll off your back like a duck. Let it roll off your back because there's nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is keep yourself calm. What we have in the workforce now is we have a bunch of people that have stressors because sometimes they're incapable of what they've been tasked to do, or they're capable and it's adding so much work to their desk that there's no way they're going to be able to finish it. So once, as a person, as a worker, if you're working online or if you're working in person at the office site, you still got to stay relaxed because you already know what it is. Okay, they piled this work on me, yada, yada. Okay, fine. So now you got to come up with a formula for that of how am I going to work through. So part of that is having a successful strategy. So one of your strategies has to be to manage your work site, to manage how your boss is, or if you're the boss, vice versa. So you have to manage everything accordingly, okay, according to company policy, accordingly to corporate culture, accordingly to what's conducive to you without stepping on anyone's toes, so to speak, quote, end quote. So it's very important that you have these types of ideas running around your brain so that you don't necessarily have a set expectation. You have an expectation to where you understand what the whole atmosphere and the culture is about. So once you have that, now you can work through it, around it, above it, below it, or however you want to do, circle around it. And that's how you'll get through that. And that's how you delineate some of your stress. Now, as far as your formula goes, how you got up and how you did things in the morning before you got to work or before you turned on your computer will determine a lot for you. And that's why you want to make sure that you're up early enough to where you can do the things for yourself first and then do everyone else. That is the number one thing, because then that morning will go fast because you'll be relaxed. You're into yourself, but you're also interactive with your other employees, whether they're online or in person. And then you can also move through the day a lot smoother. So no matter what happens, you started the day off relaxed. So sometimes it's good to get to work early if you have to drive, because that 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes early might be the thing that saves you from having a major meltdown in the office later on in the day, which I've seen happen. So if you're at the type of job where you got to clock in or whatever you need to do and they don't want you there early, just go anyway. Even if you have to sit in your car for 15 or 20 minutes, just go and just relax and get into yourself and get yourself ready to go into the building. If you have a high functioning, high motor job and you have to be on your P's and Q's, and if you have to be on your P's and Q's, then you need to get yourself prepared for that. But you cannot look at them as being negative for you getting prepared for the job. You have to look at it as positive, because each day you have a chance to grow, no matter how bad the environment appears to you inside of that job, whether it's online or in person. So we're talking about both, because even online, people take their offline situations onto online situations, and it's grafted. And so now you're at home where it's supposed to be a relaxing situation, and now you've brought the outside world into your home through your computer or your electronic device, and it's causing you a problem. This is why you want to wake up early so that you can work on yourself, so that when those things happen or that's just the way it works, then you can navigate through them. So one of the things that you can do for yourself is, like we said earlier, understand who you are and understand what your company is, understand the department or the person that's over you, or if you're the boss, understanding your workers, how they operate. People don't do this anymore. The reason why they say it takes too much time, but actually it doesn't. If you just focused on that for maybe 4 or 5 minutes a day, okay. Like I used to work, and here's a classic example. I used to work with a person that they were very stressed about everything in life, because they had been sheltered all their life. So when they got out in the world and they got on the job site, everything was a big deal. And so every little issue and every little problem was always escalated to the top. Okay. So in order for me to deal with that particular person, I just said, okay, I understood them. I understood that this is what they do. Okay, fine. So once I understood that, whatever they came to me with, that seemed like it was the end of the world, I understood how to diffuse it and how to work through it and then get on with the next situation. So these are some of the things that you have to do. And you have to retain your professionalism while you're doing it. So it's important. So you don't have to know everybody. You just got to know the people that you can influence and they influence you, your sphere of influence. And we'll do a conversation on that podcast soon. We'll be talking about that. But for right now, we're just going to leave it there. But anyways, the best person that you can be is a person that understands and can apply that understanding to limit the stress that's in your life. And especially when it comes to working, making money, interacting with other friends, employees, bosses, etc., etc. This is a very, very important way to be. The reason why is because it'll eliminate a lot of the stress. Sometimes our personalities just conflict with other personalities. And I shouldn't say conflict. Let's strike that out. Let's say sometimes our personalities are not congruent to another's personality or personalities. So we have to understand that. So if we understand that, then we go to our honor others with non-judgment and just accept them for who they are and what they do. That doesn't mean that you have to cater to them. It just means you accept them. And no, we're not talking about toleration, because that's a negative vibe all the way. No, what we're saying is, okay, you have someone that your personalities, they're not congruent to each other. Okay, so fine. So that means that when you're talking or interacting with that person, you just have to honor them with non-judgment as much as you can. Now, that's asking a lot, but it's something we can do so that we can keep our days sunny and beautiful for us. That's how it goes. So this person that I work with, they did, a lot of things that I didn't agree with on the job site. Now, were they good or bad? It was not for me to judge. It was only for me to be able to work with that person in that team concept, and just to keep it moving. So that brings me to my next point. We're going to do our famous disclaimers. And the reason why I'm doing that now, because I didn't want to open up with them today. I wanted to open up with them whenever they came to mind as a needed resource to say. So here we go. So if you're a pronoun, I want you to not take me negatively. I identify as a male, so I will say a lot of things that may be not kosher if you're a pronoun, but I'm just talking from a male perspective, and this is my show. So that's what it is. So it's not a knock on you or anyone else. I have no issues with that. So all you need to do is put your pronoun in. If I say something like him, her, whatever, just put your pronoun in there and keep stepping. That way we keep rolling and we can keep this thing positive. So this is a big situation for me, because we all have biases. We all have likes and dislikes. But what I realized was, as long as I focus on myself and give out what's in my heart that's positive, then I should have no problems. So that's how I feel. That's how I think. So anyways, in order to be better at what you do, whether it's in your business life, home life, or entrepreneurial life, or online life, is that you have to honor others with non-judgment as much as possible. Now, there's things you can look at on the social media, and it brings forth automatic judgments, but you don't have to put them out there. That's the beauty of the social media. You don't have to put yourself out there. So, and we'll go into that on another podcast conversation on another day. So, the possibility of winning with the basic formula is that you keep everything simple, and then you add and take away for what works and what doesn't work. And this is very, very important, because as you go through the day, there'll be mountains and hurdles to climb, and there's also mountains to walk down from and hurdles to walk through. So you have to know who you are in relation to what needs to be done, and in relation to how can I work more efficiently. And that's a very important concept and a very important task to try to complete every day. The more days you have that you can complete, the more successful you'll be when you have your formula down and your strategies down. Because now you're cutting through all of the fat. You're trimming the fat, so to speak, and you're making it so that it's conducive to you. Sometimes you can be in a toxic environment. In that toxic environment, you got to understand why it's toxic for you. If you understand why it's toxic for you, now you can make the adjustments needed so that it becomes untoxic. That's a hefty thing to say, and it's a heavy thing to say, but it's something you have to do because you want to live a long and fruitful life. And I know there's people out here that worry about everything and stress, and we've all been there, but have to understand that sometimes the stressors are not worth your precious time here on earth to even deal with. You just need to know how to work through them. Now, there's some environments that are so toxic that there's no overcoming the toxicity. Okay, then that's when you got to make a specialized thought and say, okay, can I manage and be great into this toxic environment, or can I manage myself somewhere else special? So remember, the grass always looks greener on the other side. You just don't know what's over there. But also remember too, you might have bills, so you got to strategically say, what is the best that I need to do with the least amount of stress? So the best way right now might be for you to self-actuate with your meditation, with your self-thoughts, and your positive vibes that you say every day or every morning or every night, however you do it, or multiple times a day, so that you can live and breathe within that toxic environment. And a lot of times the environment is toxic because of some kind of integer. It might be one person, it might be a group of persons, or you might be the odd person out. Does it really matter? It just matters that you survive and you strive within that environment. And that's what keeps it from being toxic. Yeah, you know what it is, of course. But you have your formula and you're going to roll. Now, does that mean you stay rigid, so to speak? No. What it means is you go and you roll. I'm not going to tell you to go with the flow because that's a cliche. I'm going to tell you and give you a description of how you should go. And this is a good description because it'll tell you how to be. And you can go see it any given time, whether out in nature, on YouTube. So when you see water and you see the water, it constantly flows. It's flowing somewhere. No matter what's in its path, it's going to find a way to overcome it. And that's where you have to be, because you got to find a way to be better than you were the day before. And that's important. That is an important topic. So success is only fleeting if you don't make the changes. If you make the changes and get on your program, your personal program, then you have a high incidence of success. And this has been proven time and time again. And another situation is, can you do it consistently? Can you at least get 3-4 days out the week? Just start off. You can't do it every day, just 1 hour at a time. So it's important that you get this done and that you move forward so that the stressors don't get you. You know, you're always going to have haters. You're always going to have people that are not going to do it to you and they don't like you. But who cares? That's their issue. They're wasting their time not liking you. That's a wasted thought. That's a negative possibility. So that's how I look at it. So one of the good things that I say is, I understand. I really get it. I really do. I want to thank you for voicing your opinion. Thank you. And then I walk away. And there's other situations that could be said, but this is the best one to say because it keeps everything good. So if they say something negative, I have no way of entertaining their negative vibe or negative thought speak. So that's why I created this podcast, Success Through Strategy, because you got to have strategies for everything. And it's comical in the fact that it's true. So I just smile, grin, and bear it. And then I just keep moving. Recently, what I did was I created successstrategy.live. SUCCESSSTRATEGY.live. And yes, it has 3 S's in there. So successstrategy.live. And on there, you'll find all the artwork for these episodes. If you don't see it, if you're looking through Apple Podcasts or some other ones, and you don't get the artwork, I have the artwork that I create for each episode. Each and every piece, I've created them. So and it just tells you about what's going on. And sometimes the artwork gives away what we're going to talk about if you look at it, and then you listen to the episode. And the artwork always matches about 90-95% of the time, maybe 100%, but everybody's got their opinion. So we'll just say 90-95% to keep it real. But anyways, you guys are great out here, and you got to start believing that in yourself, and you got to believe. And some of you got to take that faith walk and that journey. And some of you have to do some things to clean it up. So remember, it's 2022. There's never not a time when you can do better. So keep rolling, keep going, do what you do. Be who you need to be who you are, make yourself better. Just do what's conducive to you so that you can lessen your stress, which will hopefully help you with your health and help you with your thought processes, and get a formula so that you can do, and you can switch the formula around every day if you need to, if you're not a creature of habit. And if you're a creature of habit, get in and get it done. That's the way it is with all of it. So remember, life is worth living and is meant to be lived. We're all souls on this one ball of a planet rolling through the solar system and who knows where else. So everyone here, be blessed. Everyone that's listening, keep rolling, keep going, don't stop. And I would like to thank you for listening to me today. And thank you for being active. Remember, you can go to successstrategy.live, SUCCESSSTRATEGY.live, and you can sign up. And we're going to have some other situations there. We're going to add a blog. We're just a lot of stuff we're adding right now. So, and if you would like to make a donation, you can make it there. Also, when you get on successstrategy.live, inside of that, there's a purple microphone down at the bottom. So if you don't want to leave me an email, you can leave me a voicemail there, and I'll be sure and get it. So you can do that. I think you have, up to so many seconds, and it'll tell you when you're in there. But you can do that. So let's keep the comments positive always. Even if they're negative, keep them positive. All right? And then you can join my email list too. So we're happy to have you on board, and we're happy to make sure that you can do everything you need to do to be successful, and we're here to help you with that. And thank you today. Have a great day and be the best, and forget all the negative and the rest. All right. Thank you.
Here at David at Life Coach Hub.com, we pride ourselves on creating a 360-degree coaching program that covers motivation, discipline, and support through custom tools to help you improve your quality of life. The key to having success with your goals is to understand that life is a journey with many lessons to learn. We strive to help you become the person that understands themselves and to make the adjustments for a fulfilling lifestyle.
Success and strategy go together to create winners. The only way to increase your upward mobility is to stay focused, be positive, and continue to move forward. Stay on your square every day. SuccessStrategy.live is the lifestyle application that will propel you to greatness.
Be well, my friends. Be well. Up from the Ashes will not play today because we're rolling through. And be well, my friends. Be well out there. Have a great day.